Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I'm going to do a rant and a review on this film here, Alfie, the remake of Alfie. Now, before people say I just don't like remakes, I hate remakes, I despise remakes, that is untrue. Remember a couple of days ago I did one called my favourite remakes, The Blob, a very unestimated remake. There's little bits here and there, it copies bits from the original, understandable, it's a remake. But you know what pees me off? You very find, get it right offensive, now set offensive, find the Blob remake. But they raise money on this, which in my eyes is a piece of shit, wasn't needed, wasn't wanted, the lot. No, yeah. I'm going to do a comparison because it needs to be. Because this is just sat there. Alpha, the remake, it's just it's ask, copy from the original, the first one. Only not as much of a good sass. Okay, I don't lie. Susan Sarandon, who I like as an actress, still a very attractive woman, damn good actress, is wasting her time doing this piece of shit. This film is a snooze fest. It's a snooze fest. I should just do this all the way through the fucking review and pretend to be a thief like I did with Charles with Friends. Because in my eyes, it's a bore. It's a bore. Now, the original one, as we all know, starred Michael Caine. I like Michael Caine as an actor. I can name a lot of his films. All right, this one I think is shit. Jaws with Friends. A bore fest. I remember doing that. And pretending to be a thief and pretending to snore when I was doing it because it was that big and boring. This is the same bloody thing. I did Jaws with Friends, it's due. You see she's got a funny scene with the shark roaring like a lion. I'll give it that. And she's got a little bit of the Jaws music here and there. And it's hilarious if you watch one version where the shark blows up. But to me, it's just Michael Caine on a theology, getting paid a stupid amount of money and having a theology. Even he knew the film sucks. So let's go on with the movie. Michael Caine, as I forgot to say, is a good actor. I mean, I can name loads of his films I like. The original Get Charter, which I love. The remake sucks. I like Sylvester Stallone, but in that, I just felt it was miscast. And the fact they tried to make him a hero when the dude died, make it more American. Sorry, but the original Get Charter is a classic. I'll have to review that one day. It's a classic. Michael Caine did a damn good performance. And let me think of another one. Lulu. I remember talking the DVD of that. Lulu. Damn good performance. But the film that really started his career before he did Get Charter was in 1966, Alfie. And let's not forget the beautiful theme song sang by Priscilla Back. May she rest in peace. You know, what's it all about, Alfie? Anyway, let's come on the movie. Now, we all know in the movie Alfie, the original one, Michael Caine, sort of like, bit like me, took over and he sort of presented himself as Alfie. So he bought the fourth line, let's say, he presented it now and again as the character Alfie. This guy has been in every remake of Michael Caine films. He has been. There's been another one, I can't remember the name of it, but there was another one where he did a remake. And it's just the same type of character, only not as memorable. You don't buy him being this chap the lad who's having to away with all these women. The characters are boring. They're just complete and utter boring. There's not one thing in it. And the film is just boring. It's boring. You don't buy him being this chap the lad, typical lad. He has to do it every day of the week, every night, which the original one Michael Caine was playing. Because I just don't give a damn about the actor. That's the top, bottom and top of it. I just don't give a shit about this actor. And it's shot to shot. The scene in it where he's cheating on his mate's girlfriend. What makes you hate Alfie? Danny did it in the original one, but it did it better. In this, it was just boring. There's a bit where they're playing pool and they're talking about James Bond, and it just makes me want to watch a James Bond movie. You know what I mean? They're talking who was the favourite, Sean Connery or Once More. And to be honest, at the moment in time, I've seen what's Once More or Sean Connery Bond films. You know what's been licensed to kill? I'd do if you don't in this, because it's so dragging. You know he's going to have it a raver because it happened in the original, and that's what's the down of this. Everything that's done is done. All right, there's little bits here and there what I've done different. I'll give it its due. And I do admit the original Alfie wasn't all laughs and giggles. There's a bit in it where a woman has an abortion and the character Alfie sees what's happened and he breaks out into tears. He shows a bit of humanity. There's a bit in it where he cheated on his girlfriend and his girlfriend moves on and he realises he had a kid and he's lost the chance of being a dad because he was, your typical sat the lad. And really, that's what happens in this. But in my eyes, the original one, the 1966 one, was a better film. It was a better film. It was better pace. It had better actors. It had better characters. Some of the actors in this are wooden. They're so frigging wooden. The girls are there because they're just dyed tender and it's souls. They're just pretty to look at. The character who's playing Alfie, the actor, I'm sorry, but he's no Michael Caine. He's just no Michael Caine. The story just drags. It leads to nowhere because we've seen it all done before, done a lot better, a lot better. The film is just boring. It's like I say, the only decent thing about the film is Susan Sarandon. I just wish Susan Sarandon was in it a lot more. They made her the main character. She was using Alfie. Alfie thinks he's using her, and she turns tables around. A little bit like doing the original, but it makes it more Susan Sarandon as the main character, and Alfie's more the middleman. And you think Alfie's going to do the nasty on her, and he had to insist that she's cheating on him. I felt that would have been a better story. Because even that said the same. It uses the same lines. You're sorry, I'm lung. You're old, which I thought was funny because at the time the actor was in his 20s. What the hell does that make Susan Sarandon then if he's 15 old? So that was done roughly the same. Everything about it is just similar the same, only it drags, it's boring, and the remix to Alfie, the theme song, I'm going to get to that bit. Why not? The ending of that sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks ass. It's no vocal tours, there's nothing to it compared to the one with Sarah Backs and May She Rest in Peace. What's It All About Alfie was a better song. It had a better pace to it. I know they can't make it all to death of the same because we all know the original was done in the 60s. This was done in what year? Let me have a look what year it was done in. Can't see the year. 2004. Come on, more than that. So let's double check. Yeah, 2004. So 2004, it's going to be a different era and a different time and a different anything, right? So you've got this chap the lad, he's having to away with all the women. I find it funny because he's got a 60s Moab flipping bike, it's in 2004. But I just find it hilarious. There's just no beat to it. That's what I'm getting at. There's no beat to it. The only bit I'll give it to is this an old photo of Michael Caine up at the same era when he was doing Alfie. Because we all know it was Alfie what launched Michael Caine's career, you know what I mean? So it's like, did it really need a remake? Did it need a rehash? Did it need a retelling? There's lots of films out there when I see the Tap the Lad, he has a different dirt every day, every night, your typical Tap the Lad. I've seen loads of films like that. Did this really need a remake? And they're not, anyone. Did it really need a remake? The only I like I say, is Susan Sarandon. I like her as an actress, she's still an attractive woman, it shows in this. But I just stick to the original because the music, the song just was boring. The film was boring. The only highlight is you see Susan Sarandon does a good performance and you saw a photo of Michael Caine. If I want to see a photo of Michael Caine, I just watch the original Alfie. He breaks the fourth wall where he's talking to us, the audience, but it was done a lot better. In my eyes, it was done a lot better when Michael Caine did it. A lot better when Michael Caine did it. That's all I'm going to say in it. If I want to watch Alfie, I'll watch the original one. If people say I don't like remakes, I named one. The Blob. The Fly. Detective the Fly 2 is a sequel, but you could say it's sort of a remake of the second Fly, that being the Return of the Fly. We think of other remakes I like. I can name flipping loads of remakes which did it different, did it better, did their own version on it. Night of the Living Dead. And it just annoys me that The Blob barely gets a treatment on the DVD, but this does. Which in my eyes is just boring. It's boring. It's just my opinion. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.